this is not going to be an easy one. It was never going to be easy, but even from the beginning, this was one I was planning to make. Now, a lot of you, the ones of you kind enough to comment, thank you again. A lot of you commented about, the rawness, the realness of this. And, I've seen a lot of great stuff on YouTube, but, most of it's for entertaining, keeping it light, keeping it poppy. This ain't gonna be one of those, kid. All the trigger warnings in the world, just be ready. Just be ready, because it's real. It happened, and I'm dealing with it. My family's dealing with it. So, honestly, last minute to bail. If you've had a hard day and you don't want your day ruined, you don't want to be brought down, this is bad. It's a real, honest to goodness American tragedy that I want to share with you. Here it is. It happened to me, and I'm worried about I'm more worried about you. You wouldn't believe how much of this footage will get cut down for your benefit and for mine. Hello, you gods and goddesses out there. I am Eric. On May 10th of this year, my brother Jeff killed himself. There's a joke that goes something like, it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem, but in Jeff's case, it was a permanent solution to a permanent problem. I know we've been through a lot together, but you can understand why I didn't just start my channel with this. You get that, right? Because who would start like this? You want to reach out to an audience and you want to make their lives a little bit better. And in my case, I've only ever created art in my life either to get approval or fucking therapy. So that's why, Hollywood wouldn't understand why I wouldn't write, a second draft or a third draft or a fourth draft to a script, just like every other A-list writer here does. It's because I'm done with it. I'm done with the material, unless you can get me to be interested in the material again. Unless you could. You gotta be shitting me. Ugh. Yeah, Mom, what's up?
Have you received my mail?
The death certificate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, good. Because the lady at the library, at the post office, said you can get it in 5 days. I didn't know. And then Mark is saying, effing, this effing post office, is insignificant. So anyhow, I just want to make sure you got that.
I got it, Mom.
When did you get it?
Uh,
you said it'll take 5 days.
It took about 5 days.
Okay.
I mean, well,
okay.
which day did you? I mean, I got it a few days ago. I don't remember exactly when.
September 2nd. But I really needed to know that.
Yeah, I definitely have it. I'm good.
I'm relieved.
Yeah.
I can go to sleep tonight.
You're gonna be.
I'm very sad.
Yeah.
Not everybody understands the sadness of losing a child or losing a brother. And so you're like, I'm very sad.
Yeah.
I'm not working well.
Yeah.
My brain is not working well. But I'm hoping everything comes out okay with your flight, all that kind of stuff. I'm very relieved.
We're good, Mom. We're gonna be okay.
I hope so.
And I'll be seeing you too soon, okay? You just gotta.
I can't wait to see you. I'm cleaning the bathroom. I'm finding space for you to put your stuff, and I'm cleaning linen and all this kind of stuff, so you will be comfortable in our home.
All right. I appreciate that, Mom.
No, but the thing is, I'm worried about you driving in New Jersey because they're nuts out here.
I mean, they're not nuts out in California, Mom. I think I'll be okay. But I'm a little under the gun. I'm entertaining tonight, so I gotta. John. So I gotta cut it short. I'm gonna be seeing him soon.
All I needed to know is you got the death certificate because I'm going out of my mind. So have fun with it, Sean.
All right, Mom.
And then I wish I could say we're going to have fun together, but we will have family getting together. Jackie is coming with her children, and I never met Bria or her other child. And so we are going to get together.
All right, Mom. Sounds good. I love you. We'll talk soon, okay?
What are you doing with John?
Random things. I'm gonna show him my last video. We might watch a little of we finish up the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and then maybe do a shock treatment.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
But thank you for relieving my soul.
I'm trying, Mom.
Because, you know what?
Huh?
I told Kathy, I'm having palpitations, and maybe I can die before this happens.
Don't do it, Mom. I need you, okay?
Yeah.
So just be careful, and we'll get back to you, okay?
My BP is good.
Yeah.
But the palpitations
I think I had similar things. I had my heart broken when I was a kid, and I had a similar thing happen. I had arrhythmias. I think we're just mourning.
Oh, that's what I have. And I can't get into doctor's care for a while. And so, I have these arrhythmias.
Mom, I really gotta go. Okay?
But thank God you got that thing.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, Mom. I love you. We'll talk soon, okay?
Okay.
All right.
And it's going to be a blast.
Yep. Like no other, Mother.
And if Jackie is coming all the way from Ohio, we never saw her kids. Did you?
I think so, but they were like babies or something.
Okay. So it's going to be a blast.
Yep.
And we're going to make it happen.
We're going to do it, Mom. I love you. Let's get off the phone, okay? In 5, 4, 3, 2, love you, bye.
Sleep tight, sweetheart.
Oh, shit. Oh, that was fucking brutal. Oh, shit. I mean, that's just... Okay. Yeah, I don't even know where we left off in the talking. I just, sidetracked. I hope you don't think me cruel. I do love her, but... Alright, so... This part's important. Really important. If you or a member of your family or friends or anybody you care about, have those feelings, please get help. Okay? You're not alone out there. Alright? There's people that want to lift you up if they can, in spite. Get help. Even if you've seen the signs over and over and over again, just consider the possible tragedy. Yes, people are annoying and they're repetitive and they're a pain in the ass, but we need them. We need them. God, don't make me sing Barbra Streisand. But even when I'm trying to go it alone, and even when I'm trying to help other people, I still need help. So this is an interdependent framework, at least from my perspective. And that's the thing. As long as I remember that, and I remember that I can't help everyone, then, I'm going in the right direction. But the point is, the number is posted so you can help yourselves and you can help others. Just, there are people who do this professionally, not me. Not me. All right. So again, not really remembering where I'm at. 10 reasons it sucks that my brother committed suicide. Number 1, it's completely fucking crazy batshit that he's gone. It's fucking insane. Because, I have no framework. Here was a guy, very invested in my life. We invested in each other's. And I pop out and he's already there. He's already rendered. So, the Queen just died. I've seen The Crown. I like it. They are, I see them as genuinely sympathetic characters. That it's like, yes, you were born into royalty, but you're also born into royalty. And, you see how, yes, it's like, they're rich and they're privileged. But they also have to follow all these rules. My brother wasn't a rule follower at heart. And I think that's part of what cost him. He always had a chip on his shoulder for stuff like that. Again, it's hard for me to even talk about because I have no framework for it. It still doesn't make sense to me. 2 is I carry the sadness wherever I go. I've elected to enjoy the full spectrum of my emotions throughout my life. For me, there are no female emotions or male emotions. There are emotions, and we all get them at different times. And I've seen, going from one generation, boomers, Gen Xers, all the way down the line, I see the transition. And there was just a time when you weren't allowed to show an emotion if you were a specific sex. Anyway, there's a book in there about this in every direction, and so forgive me my tangents. So, if I have a connection to that sadness, then it means it can spring up at any time, and it does. And I think people are just barely. I guess they put up with it. Nobody's called me out on it saying that I'm an asshole or something. So 3 is receiving my brother's ashes in a box. It costs about $100. It's heavy. And, it's a very rarely shaped box. But it came in the mail. And, all those sensations. There's a big red band that says cremated. So, I couldn't imagine what my landlady was thinking when she got that box. Oh, it's Eric's brother. So, the point is that having, received my dad was delivered home in a box. You know, it's like the cremants were in a nice box. This was like a bag in a box. It was what it was. Ashes, you know, the last vestige of my brother's remains. It's fucking dark. It's really dark. And, you know, just holding it, you know, and looking down and just knowing that that's him. Four, it says suicide on his death certificate. It's just the indelibility about it. It says suicide, and it says gunshot to head. And those are powerful words when it's to someone you loved. You hear it, and that's one thing. And then you see it on printed paper. There's a record of this. So that exists for everyone. And it doesn't matter about the paper, because I won't fucking shut up about it either. So, you know, people were bound to find out. But the difference is, I mean, right now, more people have access to that information. 5 is guilt. Doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what role you play. You go back, you know, and the things in your head. And, you know, you try out different scenarios. What if I did this? What if I did that? And, you know, the truth is that I could have moved back east, you know, if I was completely dedicated. Some problems you can't fix from a distance. Some problems you can't fix at all. It's not for me to judge, but, you know, there's mitigating circumstances, and, you know, it helps me to share it with you, because, you know, as someone who just entranced by all those fake stories out there, the real shit blow your mind. It's amazing. Speaking of media, you know, because we're distances apart, because it's just FaceTime and texts for the most part, you know, a good thing to help boost him was always sharing something with him. It's like, oh, I just saw this movie. I just, you know, read this book. I saw this video on YouTube. Oh my God, what they're saying about Pearl Jam today. So now, whenever that occurs to me, you know, I immediately think, hey, he'd love this. He'd think this was great. Except he can't. He can't. And that revelation wouldn't be bad enough on its own, but it occurs to me dozens of times a day. A dozen, give or take. 7 was that I was completely blindsided. I couldn't, For one thing, you know, I received a text that, you know, was ominous to someone else that beheld it. but rang of something familiar for me. It got me crying. What doesn't? But that was the spark, and then from there on, echoes. That was when he probably made his decision. But it came at a time when, I was making more money, Mom was helping out, and I always had the vision that he would return to Los Angeles or San Diego, where he wanted to be the most. So I thought, we'd live together. I thought I could help him. I'm a caregiver. It's the greatest irony in the world. You can't help the ones that you're closest to, and yet you're intrinsically connected to helping someone that you just met that year, that month, that day. So I would have helped him. But he made a decision. He didn't want... This is the part that gets me the most. He didn't want to do that to me. He didn't want to do that to me. It's the worst part. Hands down. It's the worst part. Because that is where the what if of the whole thing is strongest. That's what's going to hurt the most here on out. Swear to fucking God. So it's an easy number 8, and that is, I can sense his love out there, but I can't feel it without feeling pain. I don't know if I could properly mourn to the point where his memory would cause me painless pleasure. And maybe there isn't such a thing. Maybe painless pleasure doesn't actually exist. It's a fair trade that feels like a bad deal, at least in the moment. Oh, thank God for fucking water, dude. Yeah, I mean, 9. If mom goes anytime soon, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. Fucked. It's not because the rest of you don't mean anything to me, but you know, it was my dad, then it's my brother, and then it's my mother, and I'm like, what else would there be left of me? What would fucking be left? What would be left? What the fuck? What the fuck am I with what my father and brother and mother have meant to me? What the fuck is left of me? the, the best parts of them live inside me. That's the whole fucking point. And so, if it happened too soon, if it happened too soon, so take good care of yourself, Mom. Right? Maybe a little less, a little more. It's not. If you want me to take this down and edit anything out, Mom, I promise I will. I'm just being honest. I take the good and I take the bad. So, this is just as much a love letter to you as it is to him. Okay? So, once you take the message in its entirety, you will realize that all of the good things that need to happen will happen. Okay? How many fucking more is that? Yeah. 10 is he was my greatest fan. The largest thing I had written up to a point was this first script I wrote, a script called Pure, and it was an action sci-fi that basically brought the story of Genesis up to the era of biotechnology. People showed interest, but Jeff, left this message on my answering machine that was fucking. It was one of the greatest things I ever heard in my life. It's basically, I just finished Pure, and it was like, oh my God, like that was fucking incredible, and so I mean, after years of sibling rivalry. We were finally, whereas before everything was a competition, now we weren't competing with each other. We realized that, we were just better as allies. We realized that as soon as Dad died. So it came together. It made sense. And the fighting didn't make sense anymore. Where the fuck was I going with this? So that was so much validation, and honest validation, instead of, there's the Hollywood validation. Well, first of all, it's like, hey, thank you, the best thing you ever made. And it's like, thanks for making us all that money. And then the people who are like, it was good. It was interesting. That's the point. Not everybody's my audience, but Jeff was. And he didn't like anything I did after that as much as that, as Pure. But it didn't matter, because he's still a big fan of me. And we loved each other, as much as brothers, but we loved each other more than anyone. And so I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss that love. But I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. The best parts of my brother exists in everyone. Everyone has the chance to be my brother or sister. It's just, the only difference between myself and other people is just I'm dedicated to finding it, annoyingly so. I'm going home the day after next. So, you bury your soul. This is what it looks like. I don't want you to think that I'm a drama whore. You'd ask the people in my life. I like to keep things cool and peaceful and fucking om. I put the om in home. It will be good to feel people's love. Because I've lived separate from my family for so long, I've had to sustain myself on the understanding that they exist, instead of experiencing, them as individuals. Instead of just family. This is, get back to, this is my cousin, this is my uncle, this is my mom. So hopefully that's what I'm going to do. Does anybody know how to disable a video so only my mom can't see it? I just won't send it to her. I don't think she ever subscribed. It's not that she doesn't support me, it's that she just doesn't know how to do it. Stay tuned. I'll try to transmit from the Garden State. Thanks for being there. I'm sorry. I hope to God that you pressed stop at the point where it was too much. I hope to God you knew to do that. I hope you could tear your eyes away from this fucking car wreck before you. All right. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. I love you.